Namaste, my beautiful queens, kings, if any, my goddesses, my immortal souls. Today, I want to do one reading, and I also want to do one more reading using Osho deck. It's such a deep and rich deck that I rarely use it because it gives multi-layered information, but I want to do one reading about that one man, whoever of course that man is for you. When I say my beautiful queens, when I say your man, of course, this is about any particular man you want to ask. I'm going to choose 5 cards, and if you want to ask about more than one man, then choose one card for each one of them. Maybe one of them you saw lately, you saw last time 20 years ago, maybe you saw him 2 years ago. So when I say your man, of course, I mean whoever is that man you want to know the answer. So I want just to take one card for one particular man, whose name you of course know, and see, and this is a timeless video, and see how he views you, how he sees you, what he sees in you, how he sees you, what you are, whatever the card of Osho deck, Osho Zen Tarot deck. This is a very transcendental type of deck, very esoteric, very deep, with a lot of symbology. So whatever the cards are going to tell you that man, of course you know which one of that man. One card for one of them, or if you want to and you believe that the message is going to come to you through all of them, then watch all of them. So how he views you now, how he sees you, what he sees in you, what you are for him, whoever this man is, wherever this man is, whatever circumstances are in your life, whether you live with him and you're married to him, or you saw him 43 years ago. Let us see whatever the situation is. So Osho Zen deck, card number 1, card number 2, card number 3, card number 4, and card number 5. So this is you to him. Everything, past, present, future. He sees you like this, he views you like this, you mean this, you don't mean this, if it doesn't mean something. So whatever the card is going to tell you, me, I will simply rely to the message from the cards, and you, I am sure each one of you will see your own answer. So let us go straight to that. Card number 1, the equivalent to the card of 3 of Cups, which is in this deck, calls celebration. So just like in classical 3 of Cups, you see 3 women dancing in the wind, and not just the wind, there is the rain, the wind, and those leaves are falling around. So you see, they celebrate and they don't even bother whatever circumstances are. There are puddles on the ground, leaves are falling, they're probably very windy and probably even not very warm, but they celebrate and they dance. So it's just they don't wait until it's stops raining, and or it's better weather, or the sun is shining. So it's like they don't need to wait for weather or holiday or specific occasion. or specific circumstances. They just celebrate. It's a celebration, it's joy which comes from within without even it's within, it's always with you. Whatever circumstances are, this is this deep joy within. So this is the first message to you. Whenever he thinks about you, or whenever he remembers you, of course it brings him this feeling of deep joy within. And even sometimes he feels so much joy just remembering you, probably something you said or thinking about you, that part of him, that little boy in him, probably just wants to dance and laugh, and be just gratitude for just having those memories of you, and you brought to him whatever the circumstances are. So of course it indicates that the thing is that you was such a valuable teacher, and we not in war and are. The thing is, this is the past and this is the present, and I believe that this is as well as the future, because you came, probably he was rather gloomy or suspicious, or skeptical, and you taught him one of the most valuable lesson which can be taught. It's celebrate life, stop and stop and smell the roses, and this is the joy of thinking about you, remembering you, your smile, the words you say, maybe some silly things you do. Maybe he even saw you doing this, because definitely a lot of people saw me dancing in the rain, because I sometimes do it. And you probably told him, you don't need to wait until you do this and this and this. Just, look at the stars, look at the winds, look at just leave the moment, enjoy the moment, enjoy the life, celebrate life. Be grateful for what you have. It just, it is, the time is right now. Listen, it's your choice. You choose to be sad and suffer, or you choose to be happy. It's you choose to be depressed. You can be depressed in a castle, or you can be happy in a hut. It's just because probably this guy like had a lot of anxiety, probably coming from his childhood, from his life, and you were telling him, maybe, look at the birds, look at the stars, look at the leaves, look at the rain, feel the rain of your skin. And it's like your cleverness, and you also your ability to shine when you walk into the room, and that room starts to shine. But also it's wisdom. It's a very, very the card of very, very deep wisdom. But this is what you were, what you are for him right now. What you meant is this, and I believe that each one of you probably take this message in your own way. Girls, sorry for my voice. I am. It's always when you do the fasting many days, you somehow your voice starts to go like this. So let's go to the excuse me, card number 2. My beauties, trust. I have seen this card already before in one of the reading. There is so much, like, you see this woman, or this figure, man, woman, but I believe it's a woman. She's flying in the air. This is such a deep card. You see, you also, another example. So you walk into the life of a man who is severely controlling type of personality. Must control everything, my breath in, breath out, and temper type of personality. And you came to him, and you say, what, this is like, you, while trying to control everything and anything in your life, you can miss so many things, so many things. You are trying to have this cord or this safety net um, constantly, and you cannot simply predict and have guarantee for everything in life, especially when it comes to love and relationship. There is a tremendous sense of exhilaration if we can take the jump and just move into unknown. And it's not the man who likes to be moving into unknown, and you became a symbol to him of someone who told him and taught him, like, maybe you should try. Maybe you should try. Even if this idea scares you to death and it freezes you to death, doesn't let you move, just, do it. Just do it. Because I don't know if you ever told him words like, what, if you just take the trust to enough trust to just have a leap, this, there is a quantum leap, there is expression of quantum leap, then you can achieve amazing things, and you can experience amazing things in life, because you became to him an example of someone who says, okay, I trust that I know what to do now, even if there are no guarantees there. So of course, the leap of faith, the thrill of not being afraid, even if you are afraid, you are courage, you are amazing courage, an example of amazing courage, but at the same time softness. It's a combination of amazing courage and softness. And I'm sure maybe you told him something like this, not exactly maybe how I say it, but something like this. You waste so much time of your life just to making sure that everything is gonna go exactly your way, and also fears of someone wants something from you, someone wants to take something away from you. You don't trust life, you don't trust the divine. And I'm sure you told him something like this. If you trust, only then you can accumulate something significant in your life. Just turn off your logic and just sometimes allow intuition, feelings, emotions take you over. Allow the trust to take you over. Open up, because he's so scared to, holding the grudges. Open up. It's like, when you try to control everything, your life turns into this, very ordinary life. And when you allow control to something higher than you, stronger than you, this is when you actually feel alive. Because I believe that he tries to stay away from anything connected with feelings, heart, emotions, so on, because to him it's weakness. To show feelings is weakness, to show emotions is weakness. And he's afraid to be deceived. And you became this example to him, and who says, listen here, it doesn't mean I'm not afraid, it doesn't mean I haven't been brokenhearted before, it doesn't mean I didn't experience that, but at the same time, listen, just learn to open your heart, because you gain nothing by closing it completely. Really, nothing can be taken away from you what is not worth of keeping. This, what is inside of you, no one can take away from you. Your material, probably he's so stuck in material world, your material possessions, can be taken away from you, but what is inside of you cannot be taken away. There are things more important than control. There are things more important than having grudges and trying to protect everything you possibly can lose. You cannot lose your real treasure, which is your soul, your heart, your gifts, your shine. And this is such a deep wisdom. And even if he sometimes thought, oh, whatever, what a nonsense, who can live like this, then the more he thinks about you, the more you're becoming the symbol for him of this girl flying without wings, but just flying as a spirit. You're a very ancient, very wise spirit, and your words did get to him and did get to his mind and did get to his heart. So this is what you are. Now, I'm going to put it right here. Card number 3. How he sees you, views you, what you were for him, are for him. Guidance. Such amazing cards, each one of them. Guidance number 3 is guardian angel. I know very well what it is to be a guardian angel of someone. Of course, you see there is another figure right here. There is a figure here of a woman, and there is a figure of guardian angel. A lot of messages, as I already told you, this deck is very transcendental. So the angel figure also have rainbow colors all over, and this card is the guide, which is within, the guides which are outside, and also the guide which is within each one of us. But at the same time, as we're looking at what you mean to him, meant for him, and mean to him now, so this figure would be him, and this figure would be you, because sometimes you see, not sometimes, but men often do it. Trust is not a very easy thing for him, for that man you are asking this question about. And men can be resistant to trust the guide, and you came into his life as the guide. And the thing is that you are the guide outside, and also you awaken that guide, which is his higher self, the guide which is inside of him. So he used to always get the guides from outside circumstances, and not often, unfortunately, losing connection with his true self, losing connection with his very soul. And but the truth is that his deepest being, his higher being, had been trying to get through him, get in touch with him throughout his entire life, and it didn't happen, unfortunately. And you appeared in his life as the as a someone who connected himself with himself, not his physical body, but his physical body with his eternal and immortal part. It's a guidance you gave him, and I believe that he had been knowing you for quite a bit of time, and he slowly, very, very slowly started to learn to listen to himself. Even so, he still hesitates, even though he still doesn't understand the messages clearly. He's still not always following this inner guide of his, not always trusting him, but you were the one who connected him with this guide within, and you're also the one who slowly he started to actually doing it, and when he thinks about you and when he is remembering you, it also connects him with his own self. And you probably told him, the thing is that you forgot how to look within. Your guidance and your guidance is hidden inside of you. You have to find that, inner guide, whatever you words, maybe you use different words with him, and or simply the example of your life and how you made your choices, how you behaved, gave him the example of how it should be done. And that it's like this inner Buddha to be awakened for the inner truth to look within. Buddha means awaken. So it's not possible to achieve because this man had been running, thinking, making, like maybe he was thinking, when I have the position I want, when I have the things I want, when I achieve this, what I want, when I have $1 million or when I have $20,000. It's always like this. When I accumulate this a physical item, then I'm gonna be happy. But happiness, unfortunately, is not connected to physical item. And only when you find who you are and connect with your inner guide, then you become happy. And it's like, he was in a dark room, and this rainbow shining figure, he was in a dark room, and you came into his life and you became that light, and you became this candle which, the longer he thinks of you, then the more darkness disappears. And you are the candle which showed him. This is like myself, what I talk about myself a lot, like I'm a candle. So he knows where the door now, but he might not have the courage yet to come to the door. But you to him, someone who have the eyes and the soul and the heart which gives light, even if the light at the beginning just gonna burn his eyes, but slowly he gets used to that light, and he starts seeing the door, and he starts slowly awakening and understanding the core meaning of life, incarnation, soul, love. This is what you are, were, and are to him. Next card number 4, inner voice. Look at all the cards. Aren't they unbelievable? Like all of them. The card number 2 in the purple color, the purple of very advanced souls. After the color becomes the deepest, the soul stops incarnated anymore. So inner voice is the answer to your question. Very complicated, man. Very complicated. Just as many symbols as this card has, so many symbols. There is a face, there is moon, there is another face, there is another moon. And the thing is that you came into his life, of course, for a reason. This is one of the deepest oracles of the deck. And it's you came as alert, you came as inner voice who is not afraid to say how it is. You accepted, because this man has a shadow, he has a light and he has a shadow, and you accepted both of his sides. You, of course, not someone who's gonna fall to his feet and let him treat you wrong when he is in his shadow, but you accepted his dark and shadow and became a symbol of this inner truth. You became like a mirror to him, like this magical crystal in which he saw himself. And through his own crystal, which you showed to him, he found the truth within himself, and which he not was not willing to accept for a long time, because that truth was important for him to find. You, of course, scare and fascinate him, but that truth, and it wasn't easy for you to show him that truth. But when you open your eyes and a truth opens up to you, and in this case to him, you no longer can ignore the truth. You can no longer close your eyes. It's a tremendous card. It's tremendous. It's a sacred force you are in his life, in his destiny, in the role of his soul. This is what you are. And you forced him to start looking and asking himself, am I walking my true path? Or am I doing something which really doesn't make no sense? You awaken that inner truth, which he kept silent for a very long time. Probably even taught him how to meditate, how to look deep inside. You gave him books to read, which really turned his world upside down. You cured his wounds. You forced him look into the shadowy parts of himself so he could accept those parts and learn to come to the light from those parts. And the last card we are going to take, card number 5, laziness. This is your man right here. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. It's like this 9 of Cups, laziness. So you came to this very lazy dude who is sitting like this on his pillows. And this colorful umbrella with his sunglasses and with his cocktail in his hands, and he's like sitting there and enjoying himself, and and he doesn't even have an energy to get up, or any desire to get up and do anything. And he says to himself, or whatever, I have already seen and done anything, and already you can't surprise me with anything. And kaboom, and you just burst into his life. You burst into his life, and you're saying, honey, this is, you think this is good where you are and what you are and what you feel. You really think that you have achieved a lot because you have, metaphorically saying, those pillows, that umbrella, and your sunglasses, and seriously, in fact, you're stuck. You are stuck in your ignorance. You're stuck in your self-absorption. You're stuck in lack of any development. Your mind is sleepy. Your soul is sleepy. You pretty much like a dead. Your soul is not living. You think this is the purpose of your life. You think that this is all you are supposed to be doing. You think that you came into this world to be doing this. No, honey, you didn't have come for this. And you came as this bubbling, vibrant being into his life, and you say, you know what? Wake up. Wake up, because this is not life. This is life of death. Because you don't do nothing, neither for your own soul and life and inspiration, nor for other people's life. And you deceive yourself, and you being deceived with the ideas which you brought into your mind. You think, parties, women, cars, and it's just laziness of your mind, laziness of your heart and laziness of your soul. This is what the truth is. This is what truths are. You have to get up from these pillows and do something what is worth of being done. And I don't think he is going to be sitting long in those pillows, because of your words and your inspiration, he start looking at himself from the side and understanding that you're absolutely right in what you said. This, my beautiful queens, all about this reading. I hope you got your answers, and I will talk to you later. Namaste and blessings.